Speaking of our Kylie Minogue, she knows our next guest very well. Let's take a trip down memory lane. Now that we've got that out of our system, we're very lucky to have Jason Donovan back home. The UK has claimed him for quite some time, continuing his entertainment career on the stage and recently the dance floor, having appeared in the London musical production of Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, whose season in Australia saw 1 million Aussies watch the musical. Who better to steer the vehicle on the new show, I Will Survive.
Please welcome Jason Donovan. Welcome back to Australia.
Thank you so much.
Was seeing that old footage the welcome that you wanted? Was that exactly what you're after?
If I sound anything like that director, I'm in trouble.
Is it good to be back in Australia?
It's great to be back. I'm slightly jet lagged.
You're just off the plane, aren't you?
Got in at 5 o'clock yesterday morning and I've been straight into it, but, you know, coming back to Melbourne here, perfect. So.
Well, let's talk about I Will Survive. And correct me if I'm wrong, it's you on a bus with 12 drag queens?
This is... no. It's nothing like that whatsoever. I mean, this is a sort of a unique opportunity to find a world-class performer, obviously homegrown sort of talent, someone who can sing, someone who can dance, someone who can act, and of course the backdrop is Priscilla, you know. But maybe next year, if the show's a success, it might be another musical. But it's probably really based on theatre, I suppose, in that sort of sense.
Well, speaking of Priscilla, is it true that you were offered a role in the actual film?
I was, yes. I turned it down.
Did you sack your agent after that?
I think, Dave, at the end of the day, it was my decision.
Right,
you know,
yeah.
I was going through a few sort of issues at the time. So and actually, Priscilla, you know, when you read it on paper, was sort of quite hard to sort of visualise. I don't think any one of us sort of expected it to be the film that it was. But the original lineup was myself, Michael Hutchins, and Richard E. Grant.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's a fact.
Yeah.
Now, we also showed some footage before of you in Jason and his amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. Like, some credit it for a West End revival.
Joseph.
I
love being associated with the Bible. In fact, my place in history at that particular point in time, every London cab driver, they keep coming up to me saying, "Oh, mate, I loved you in Jason and the Amazing Technicolor." I'm just like, yeah, of course.
You made it your own, no doubt about it.
Now, is there truth? I heard that you were getting paid something in the vicinity of £30,000 a week for that.
Wow.
That is roughly true.
Wow.
Yes. Yeah. But, you know, I don't think the financial aspect sort of had anything to do with, you know, the fact that it was a great piece of theatre. And like all those things, the timing was just right. And at the end of the day, I look great in a loincloth. So, you know, I mean, forget the talent, forget the singing, forget the acting.
Yeah, and
it was all about the loincloth.
And you spent the money wisely, I'm sure.
I particularly in the 90s,
yeah.
Dave.
You're back in Australia. There's a lot of expats coming back. There's a lot of Brits over here now in various shows. Is it because of our strong dollar? What's got you back, apart from the love of talent?
Well, oh, you are just the reason I'm back. I have to say, look at you. I mean, amazing.
It's been a while.
Look, I actually came back at Christmas with the family, so, you know, and prior to that, I did a show called Who Do You Think You Are, which is the, you know, English version. I'm here to do I Will Survive, you know, which is a great, exciting challenge. I can't wait to get into it next week.
So the family back in the UK now?
Family back in the UK.
Wife, yeah?
It was 30 degrees in London yesterday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's unusual.
It's a heat wave.
Yeah, it's a big heat wave, so...
You've got a beautiful family, though. Well done, mate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, gorgeous.
Oh. And on that sentimental note, unfortunately, we're out of time. But if you'd like to see more of pictures of Jason's kids, you'll have to ask him yourself. But I Will Survive will be on later in the year on Channel 10. Please thank the wonderful Jason Donovan.